Hello everybody. In this video, we're going to look over at what the big fishes mentioned in the book of Genesis were. But before that, I would like to recommend to you that if you like the content I generally produce, you might want to subscribe to my channel. Regardless of your decision, let's begin. Disclaimer, this video is made for entertainment and educational purposes only, so, one little thing to get out of the way before we begin, instead of looking into the text, which we will do but just for a small amount of time, we might want to look through biology and paleontology to get additional answers. The verse that is in the base of this video is found in the first book of the Bible, Genesis, and is located on the first chapter and is verse 21, and Elohim created the great sea creatures, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth in abundance, after their kind, and every winged fowl after its kind, and Elohim saw that it was good. Now, before we start theorizing, I want to make a little disclaimer for those who believe in the scientific theory of evolution and are watching this video. As many of you have probably tried to reconcile this theory with the Bible, you might have come upon a hypothesis that states that Genesis 1, and Genesis 2 for that matter, is not to be taken as a literal creation account, and that it was written by Moses with the point that God is the ultimate creator, and a commonly given evidence for that is the days are symbolic, and are also connected. For example, in day 1, God separates the light and darkness, and on day 4 he creates the sun and the moon and the stars. This example follows in the next couple of verses, where on the second day God separates the sky from the ocean, and on the fifth day he creates the birds of the sky and the fish of the sea, along with the next two groups of days, days 3 and 6, when he created the plants, followed by the animals and the humans. So, whether you believe in evolution or not, this video will probably not pose a problem for you or your theology. As we also know, the ancient Middle Eastern people perceived things as existing not by their material state, but by their functions, also the reason why bats are called birds in the end of Leviticus chapter 11 verse 19. And for this reasons, we can see why and how the whale that swallowed up Jonah is called a great fish. But other than whales and possibly dolphins and orcas, what big fish did God create on the fifth day? Well, the answer is pretty obvious: any type of marine fauna, as God is the ultimate creator of all and everything. But can I be a little bit more specific? Well, a fish that immediately comes to mind is the mighty megalodon, which not only is really big, it's also literally a fish. Another one that can fit this description is the Leviathan. No, not that one, but the prehistoric whale that lived in Peru a little less than 10 million years ago. With its incredible size and the fact how ancient people perceived the world around them, it's really not that hard to imagine them understanding such megafauna as enormous fish. Now, if I were to make this video let's say around a year ago, I would definitely include Dunkleosteus in this list. But now that we know its real and seemingly disappointing actual length, it's a little hard to include it as a big fish. Though nevertheless, it's still pretty huge in comparison to a human, so we might as well include it in. Another marine animal we can include here is the moonfish with its large length, along with the giant oarfish, with its ability to grow to unbelievable sizes. We might also be able to include several types of prehistoric marine reptiles, though it's less likely, as some of them would have had more of a serpent body type rather than the one of a whale or a fish. We will definitely include the helicoprion fish, which by the way, might really look like a shark, but was actually not. It was a type of holocephalid fish. Lastly on our list is the prehistoric beast of a fish called Rhizodus, which if you recall from my For Us Racos video, was really big and bulky. Now, I know that there are way more types of marine wildlife, be it living or extinct, that can also be classified as a part of the big fish in Genesis, such as the Basilosaurus for example, but they are perhaps just too many to include in this video. And for a fun fact, there were definitely even more prehistoric animals that could have been potentially included, but it's just a sad fact that they have not been able to fossilize. But hey, this video is just a speculation. Thanks for watching.